What's up, MySpace users? It's your boy Justin from Crashcast, and we're going back to album reviews. And today I am reviewing the brand new album from Atlanta, Georgia's septet or octet, if you want to get fucking crazy. The Callous Daoboys, their new album Celebrity Therapist, out on Monarch Heavy. So this album's been coming for a long time. I'm just going to get right into it. So the first track is Violent Astrology. About 30 seconds of a little bit of minimalist sound design, and then immediately into what I would call the best Dillinger ripoff I think I've ever heard. Immediate madness into chaos, into the first breakdown, which hits about 50 seconds, and it's one of the heaviest things on the entire album. Has some of the funniest, but also most pointed lyrics on the whole thing. Calling it a Dillinger ripoff, though, isn't a bad thing, because the first song on this album sounds like all of Dillinger's albums smashed together, every single one of them. There's not a part that's really not important to the song, and it really just lends itself to make it just a very strong opener. We're going to go right into track 2, which is the first single, A Brief Article Regarding Time Loops. There is a music video for that one. It's the start of part of the storyline that they created throughout this album process. Your standard drop D chaotic metalcore track. Got a really awesome spoken word part in the middle, which I'm not sure if they do it live. I know it just kind of keeps it quiet with the atmosphere. Track 3, which is Beautiful Dude Missile, which if you watch their Mathcore Index, I think 2019 live performance, it was called Pay Us 50 billion American US dollars to know the name of the song. This one has some really glitchy sound effects at the beginning, and just like there's some breakcore somewhere in the middle. Also a very brief Circa Survive-esque riff to lead right back into madness. The end is just, it's so good. I'm really not going to try to dive into too much detail on everything. I'm going to skip track 4 for now because I have a lot to say about that song. So I'm going to go into track 5, which is Field Sobriety Practice. This song features a solo from one of the guitarists of Cryptodira, which they just got off tour with. This is, I think, the second longest song on the album, and it has a very, very unique flow to it. Another one that kind of has some Circa Survive-ish elements. Also, I mean, I think this band's just like metalcore Radiohead. We're going to go into track 6, which is the third single they released, The Elephant Man in the Room. The video for this one is absolutely nuts. Y'all need to go watch that on YouTube. This one is more of like your thrashier Every Time I Die style riffing, almost the Chariot-esque as well, with a very big ending that has a lot of, has a chant that happens at the end that's actually referred to in an earlier song, which is real smart writing, guys. That leads into track 7, which is the second single, What is Delicious, Who Swarms? Another incredible music video. I think that one was actually directed by Carson, the vocalist himself. Another just chaotic song that just has a drop into the middle where it's very like almost Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco-esque with saxophone and plenty of clean vocals. And then the last song, Star Baby, has a very Blood Brothers starting, and then the end of the song is literally like a Panic at the Disco song from Pretty Odd, which is, it's a beautiful, beautiful melodic crashing ending almost. So, but to get really into the meat of the album, what really sets it apart is, I think, track 4, which is called Title Track. It's not called Celebrity Therapist. This, I believe, is the longest song on the album, and it starts with a very start-stop, kind of chuggy metalcore sort of riff into doing some, your typical, some blast beats, start-stop rhythm, but then when it kicks into the bulk of the song, it's this very straightforward System of a Down-esque, maybe even My Chemical Romance-y. It's ultra melodic. The lyrics hit really, really fucking hard. And they have, I think Hayden from For Your Health does guest vocals on this song. The middle section entirely is like one of the one of the most hauntingly beautiful parts on the album. And then when it kicks in towards the end, it just gets nuts heavy, and you feel completely exhausted and worn out after the album is, or after that song's done. I mean, you feel the same way after the album is done. This album is, I think, 2 songs shorter than 2019's Die on Mars, and I think it's like 2 or 3 minutes longer, that's crazy to have an 8-song album that's longer than a 10-song album. Album of the year for me. I mean, I'm just going to sit here and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This album is one of the freshest, newest things I have heard in a very, very long time, since probably The Cold Sun by Loathe in 2017. So in the last 5 years, hearing something this new and exciting, I mean, and it's also inspiring. Makes me want to hit my music harder. It makes me want to be a better musician. So ultra 2 thumbs up to you guys. Go check out the Callous Daoboys Celebrity Therapist, out now. All right, so here's the packaging. So the artwork is, I can't remember exactly who did it. I can't remember the artist's name, but the inlay is also very cool. Has one of, these many colorful masked humans. And then this is just one of the very many variants that they have for sale on Monarch Heavy, or you can get, they have a second pressing with multiple colors up on their Bandcamp. And I believe they also have, I don't know if they have any exclusives anywhere, that maybe Revolver or Rolling Stone. You might want to check those websites. But yeah, this is one of 3 that I have. 2 are in my possession. 1 will be in my possession in December. And there's also cassettes, t-shirts, what have you. Callous Daoboys, Celebrity Therapist. Is that it? That's not it. Yes. Oh. So, hey, if y'all want to hear me do more of these, if you want me to review your album, if you want me to review an album that you think that I would enjoy or that I've listened to in the past that you want to hear me dive deeper on, please leave a comment, let us know, and as always, thanks for listening. You know I would just hold that for like 10 minutes if you just stood there.
That was 9:24 with everything.
Really?